The TEA Representative Assembly will be held virtually this year on Saturday, May 16th, beginning at 9 a.m. Central. If you've been elected to serve as a delegate by your local association, you will be receiving a lot of communication from TEA over the coming days. We'll be sending emails, text messages, and making phone calls to get you all the information you need for the RA and to ensure that we have the correct phone number to connect you into the live meeting. We are working with a teletown hall vendor called Vocalfy. The vendor will call every delegate just before 9 a.m. next Saturday on May 16th to connect you to the meeting. If you miss that call from the vendor, you will receive an email from TEA at the end of next week prior to the RA with a dial-in number that you may use if you miss the call from the vendor. Once on the call, the two primary items on the agenda will be the presentation of the proposed budget and nominations for TEA elections. TEA Vice President Tanya Coates will present the proposed 2020-2021 budget. Throughout her presentation, if you have a question, you may press 9 at any time to be connected to a TEA staff person. Please tell them the section of the budget and line item number that you have a question about, and they will pass you through to Vice President Coates to take your question and answer live to the full body. Following the budget discussion, the agenda will move to nominations. Candidates should have the person lined up for who will be nominating them. We ask that only the person making the nomination press 9 to be connected to a staff person. Let the staff person know the name of the candidate and position that you are making the nomination for, and they will pass you through to the live meeting to formally make that nomination. At the end of the agenda, you'll receive detailed instructions for how the mail-in ballot process will work. There will be no voting done on the actual virtual RA. Everything will be done by mail-in ballot. So again, just watch for emails, text messages, and phone calls from TEA over the coming days to ensure that you are plugged in and prepared for the RA next Saturday. Thank you for serving as a delegate.
This is a quick explanation of the 2020 TEA elections by mail. Our election system follows the U.S. Department of Labor guidelines for casting ballots by mail. After the virtual TEA Representative Assembly, every delegate will receive a TEA elections packet. It will be clearly marked with the TEA logo. These packets will be mailed first class on the Monday after the RA, May 18th, and should arrive in delegate mailboxes starting May 20th through May 25th. Once the TEA election packet arrives, please open it immediately. It's important your ballot get mailed in a timely fashion. In the packet will be 4 items. First is a ballot for statewide elections, and for those members eligible to vote in a TEA district race, an additional district ballot will be included. There's a clearly marked secret ballot envelope. There is a TEA election self-addressed postage-paid ballot return envelope with the member number, name, and address of the eligible delegate in the corner of the return address. Documentation that each of these items is in every packet for each delegate will be made, and there are redundancies built in if a ballot is spoiled or it doesn't arrive in the mail. Casting your vote is a simple fill-in-the-bubble process. It's recommended you use a pencil to fill out your ballot in case you make a mistake and need to erase. And please fill in each bubble completely. Be sure to fill in 1 bubble per race. Any individual race where 2 or more candidates were voted for on a ballot will not be counted. Do not write on the ballot, just fill in the bubbles. Once the ballot is completed, a delegate uses the secret ballot envelope. Place the ballot, or ballots if you have a district race, into the secret ballot envelope and seal it. Do not write or make marks on the secret ballot envelope. It's the means to ensure anonymity in voting. Once the secret ballot envelope is sealed, a delegate uses the ballot return envelope. Place the secret ballot envelope in the ballot return envelope and seal it. Then personally put the return ballot envelope into the mail as soon as possible. All ballots need to arrive in the special return ballot post office box by Friday, June 5th at noon. As it will say on the instruction letter, don't delay, mail it today. All ballot return envelopes are held by the Postal Service until a date and time chosen by the Elections Committee. All ballot return envelopes are given together to the elections chair or his designee by the post office. Once the returned ballots are retrieved from the post office, the ballot return envelopes will be verified by the TEA Elections Committee members. Each ballot return envelope will have a member number, name, and address in the return address area. These will be checked by the delegate list to ensure it is a valid ballot. As an added security measure, valid TEA elections ballot return envelopes will also have the TEA postage meter with a specific date. Only ballot return envelopes with delegate information and TEA postal meter mark will be counted. After verification of a ballot return envelope by the Elections Committee, the secret ballot envelope is removed and put aside. All ballot return envelopes will be kept for documentation purposes. Secret ballot envelopes are then gathered together by the Elections Committee to ensure anonymity of the delegate votes. Secret ballot envelopes are then opened and ballots gathered by the Election Committee for counting. All vote tabulations are done by the Elections Committee. That is the TEA elections by mail. Look for your TEA election packet the week after the RA.
Hello, I'm Bob Holder. I'm a teacher at Campbell County High School. I currently serve as president to the Campbell County Education Association and also serve on your TEA Board of Directors. I've been asked to serve as election chair for this year's TEA RA. I have experience participating in elections by serving on the Campbell County Election Commission. I serve as a judge for most of our local, state, and federal elections. I want to assure all TEA members that we are having an open and accurate election, and the count will also be open and accurate. As you have just viewed, TEA has a strong vote by mail process. It is based on U.S. Department of Labor guidelines, in case you have any questions about where we came up with that. This year we have 600 delegates or more that will be eligible to vote. And remember, only those delegates to the TEA RA are eligible to vote. You will be receiving in the mail your packet, and please follow the instructions as you have just seen from our video. Our delegates will be voting as soon as you receive the packet. It is important to get your vote in as soon as possible. We will be counting votes on June the 5th at the TEA building is what we are prepared to do right now. I want to thank everyone from Mountain City to Memphis or Polk County to Lake County for participating in this historic event, in this process of voting for your TEA officers and board of directors and all the other individual people who are also running. This has never been done, and you should be proud that you're a member of TEA. I want to thank you all for participating. I want to thank our committee for your help. I want to thank TEA staff for all their help in putting all this together. And I want to remind you to wear red for it. Thank you very much.